Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have already discussed about that things with you, how can insert some of the data in our Django. So everything is ready-made, right? So here also you can update the title, description, images. If you can delete it, also delete it from here. But right now that is most important part, our this image, right? So also because of all, when any image will be uploaded, also we have to actually visible that image in our front end. So for the reasons here we have to upload our this current path properly. Okay, so here we have to upload it. You can see it's now showing as our this course, that means the Django course PNG does not exist, perhaps it was deleted. So here we have to solve these issues. Here we have to update that parts. Right now we don't need this. I just delete everything from here, rather than it should be show some of the error, because here we have to update it. So I just simply yes, I want to delete. So now everything is clean, right? So here if you want to do that work, you have to add that one of the media file. So if you want to add that media file, go to our project, enter the project main project area, go to the setting, and with the settings here I have already created one of the static, right? So that is actually our static URL. So now for the media also we have to create another URL. Okay, so I show you like here. So here we have to create one of the media URL, media underscore URL. So that is our media URL, and here we have to create one of the folder. This will be automatically created one of the folder as a media. Okay, it will be automatically created one of the folder as a media. So make that sure you add that media URL. So that is our media URL, and also here we have to add another media root. Okay, before I have added that static root. So now I want to create another root for the media. So it will be as a media underscore root. Okay, that will be as a media root, and for the media root it will be just like that same. Better I just copy it here, I paste it. Sorry, it should be as the OS path join and the base directory, and then it should be as a media. So I just simply added that as a media. Okay, so here I have added our media URL and the media root. So after that we have to actually again run our this static. I show you, click as a save all. So now I just simply save all. Now go to our directory. So that is our Django and that is our portfolio. That means our project directory, right? So in particular that area we have to run one of the command as a Python, and then manage.py, and then collect static. So that will be as a collect static, and when you run with the Python manage.py and the collect static, it should be updated our this portion. Okay, that means here I have added another new one. Click as a enter. Now you can see it's now showing as a this will overwrite your existing file. Are you sure you want to do it? Okay, that means it should be again updated our this asset file. I have already created that asset. So for our static route, so now I want to make the things as a yes. Click as a okay. Yeah, now you can see it's now showing as a 125 static file copied and is uploaded to our asset file. Okay, that means into the asset file is now again uploaded all that our CSS, JSS and the images, right? So now automatically when you upload any image, automatically it will be created one of the folder on here. Okay, so automatically it will be created another folder as a media. So now let's check this out. So first of all, make that sure your server is running. Yeah, our server is running. So they have you can actually add that multiple terminal on here. Okay, so right now I am actually run our 2 terminal. So our server is now running. So now if you go to our database and click as a refresh it again, add again, I just put one of the title, I just put one of the description, and also I choose some of the image. So now I choose this one, click as a open. So that will be our image name, click as a save. And you can see it's now perfectly successfully added. Now if you go to our project, that means in the project directory, yes, you can see it's now created one of the folder as a media, and now into the media folder it's now created another about us. Into the about us, here you can see that is actually the image, right? So that is actually the image. Before, that was actually created outside inside our project. So right now that is actually our appropriate URL route as a media about, and that is our image. So it's now perfectly created that about folder, in particular this media URL. Okay, so now I hope it's very much clear to you, friend. But here, if you now go to our this, that means our post, and into the post area, now you can see that is actually our current image. So that is about, and this one. So now if you click on here, now it's showing some of the error. That means the page not found. But here I have already added our appropriate add media about, and then that is actually our image name. But it should be visible on here, right? But here, if you want to visible it, that means when you click on particular this link, okay, that means when you click particular this link, it should be loaded our this image. Then you can actually display that image in your page, right? So we have to actually make that update our this URL path. So if you want to update that URL path here, for doing this, you have to do some of the work in your main project URLs. So for doing this, first of all, you have to go to your main project. That means that is our main project portfolio, and go to that URL. Okay. So into the URL area, we have to allocate our static file. So after that, okay. So here I want to do, first of all, that is all that actually default one, friend. So you have to actually remember it. That will be as a Django, and into the Django, that is one of the config folder, and then the URLs. Into the URLs, there is static. Okay, that is static. So sorry, static. Okay, so that from to the static, you have to input, and here you have to input one of the method as a static. So I just simply added our static, and then also from the Django, and then the conf, that is the config, and from here you have to input the settings. Okay, that means that is actually our settings. So from here you have to input that settings, right? First of all, make that sure you add both of this, and after that, here you can do that things with two different way. So laterally I will also show you the another different way. So right now I want to display one of the very easy way, okay, how you can do that work. So here you have to add both of this. So here I have already added our Django config. From here I input our settings, right? So from to the settings area, that means our main project, and the settings area, and what I have to actually get our this media URL and that media root. So that is the two things we have to add. That means here, that is our URL. So here, after this I am to plus, add that plus our static. So with this static, area, here I have to do into the settings, there I have already created. Into the settings, I have created that media URL. So I just simply added that media URL. Okay, and after that media URL, that will be as a document. Okay, document, and into the documents underscore root. So into the documents root area, and again with this setting. Okay, with the settings, I want to access another one as a media root. So that means this one. Okay. So make that sure, if from to the settings, you have to add that media URL and documents root, and with this documents root, there is a setting, and setting will be our media root. So here we have to add both of this with our plus. Okay, so friend, that's all actually you have to do. Okay, that's all you have to do for getting that appropriate image path. So now if you click as a save all, so now first of all I want to check it, our server is now perfectly running. So here I just save it again. Yeah, everything is perfectly running. So now I go back, and for now I want to delete this one. Yes, I am sure to delete. Now I want to add new one. So now that will be our title, that will be our description, and that will be our image. Okay, so here I am choose actually again this one. Okay, I just open it. That will be our image. Now if you click as a save, yeah, it's successfully saved. Now go here. So now if you click as a current image, yes, now you can see, friend, now it's perfectly getting our image perfect path. Okay, so if you want to display it, that for the reasons here you have to add that your setting, that means static, and then settings, you have to input it, and then here you have to input your media URL and the media root. So when you actually input both of these automatically, then you can actually getting that image URL. So now you can actually use that image URL in your site, right? So how can display it? So right now we successfully insert our title, description, images. So if you want to change that image, you can change it. You can, if you want to change, delete it, you can delete it. So right now that is our title. I want to dynamically want to visible in our font end area with the images, because here they have also I uploaded some of the image, right? So how can display that image into the font end area? Step by step I will show you that things with a live example. So friend, I hope you enjoy it very much. So how can do that work, how can actually show your media file in Django, and how can added that main route path. So make that sure you remember that path, because here you have to, when you're working with the images, into the images area you will have to do, you have to actually apply it a lot of the time. And also if you want to delete when it, so I also laterally I will show you when it should be. That means right now all that our images is saved on here, right? Like you can see that is actually our new image is saved. So when you actually delete it, automatically our this image will be deleted. That means when you delete our this post, automatically this image will be deleted. And also if you replace new image, automatically it should be replace our new image to the old image. Okay, so how can actually manage it? Don't worry, step by step everything I will show you with a live example. So in our next video I will show you how can display your this backend data into the font end area. I hope you are really excited to see this. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.